Hello, this is the Bernina boys. I wanted to give you a quick little review rundown on the Bernina 335, the new Bernina 335. We had the old 325 and 335 for many years, and before that we had the 330, 350, 380, and its predecessor was really the 2 series and 1 series. Of all 3 of those machines, we really didn't see any major changes come on any of those. I'm talking mechanical or technological changes come along. And so the Bernina 335 Generation 2 is really the first big refresh we've seen on the Bernina entry-level machines since 2001, when the original 125, 135, 145 was released. So here's our first big refresh in 24 years. I myself love the Bernina entry-level sewing machines. They put the sewing machines in all the schools here in Utah, and they're really popular. They're also really popular with quilters. And the reason they're so popular with quilters is they're really lightweight. The previous 3 series weighed in at 17.5 pounds, and I just weighed this one, and it is 17.6 pounds. Same weight as the other, and that's why they're so popular with quilters, is there's pretty lightweight and easy to just pick up and move and take to class. So you don't have to bring your big, 9 series or 8 or 7 series to class with you. So weight on this machine stays the same. Another reason I like the 3 series so much, or Bernina entry-level machines so much, is they're put in all the schools here. And with them being in the schools, they've been really, really robust. I don't have to go out hardly ever. They don't have very many problems. For the most part, I would say 95% of problems that they do have are going to be user error or kid error. And that was one of the reasons for doing a bunch of these Bernina Boy videos in the beginning, was to help teachers do basic maintenance on them, and so that teachers could keep the machines up and working as easy as possible. And so I really wanted to make sure that the new 3 series coming out was going to be just as robust as the previous, so that they continue to be great for quilters and in schools. Good news, Bernina kept the original CB hook system that was in all the prior 1, 2, and 3 series. That was kind of Bernina's hook system starting in the 50s. And so that's a big win. Love that we still have the CB hook system. It's really easy to use, and it's pretty bulletproof. I really, really like the new touchscreen on this machine. The other machines with all the buttons here, or all the stitches here, and having a big stitch card to mount on the machine, was just ugly and kind of hard to keep track. This is a really nice touchscreen. It's super responsive, good feeling, just like on the higher end Bernina sewing machines. So I love the new touchscreen. I think it's a huge win. I personally liked the look of the new 3 series. We do have a new feature that we have not had on our entry-level machines before. We now have a presser foot pressure. I think this is really nice. Really easy to adjust the pressure foot pressure, and it's good to be able to do that on an entry-level machine. We still have our automatic Bernina needle threader, variable stitch width, needle position, stitch length, a vertical spool pin. Another new thing that we have this year with this machine, we do have a new foot pedal. It has a thicker power cord, so hopefully that makes it so that in schools specifically, and in traveling. The cords don't go bad as quickly as the other ones did. Another new thing with this new 3 Series is, we now have our power and pedal plugging in the back. I do like this new handle. As I was carrying this machine around, the size of the handle and the shape of the handle make the machine feel easier to move around. I feel like it's attached very well. With the vertical spool pin, it is removable. It's kind of my one question. I think it'll be good for most people. I'm a little curious to see how it does in schools. Only time will tell on that. Some of the nice things that have come along with letting us have a touch screen is this machine has a USB port on it, so it's fully updatable. So if they make little improvements to the software and firmware in the machine, it can be updated and changed along the way. You can also come in here to the machine and set a max sewing speed. So if you're teaching kids or, if you're teaching kids or wanting to sew slower on a binding, you can slow down the sewing speed. You can customize the background, come into the machine, reset the settings if you've changed anything, come in, shows you if you've forgotten where and how exactly to oil the hook. They have changed a few things on this machine. We have a couple of different parts that we really haven't had before. So we'll have to see how time goes, how they hold up. But for the most part, I really like this machine. It's really nice to be able to set your security program for a straight stitch plate so that you're not accidentally sewing a zigzag and breaking needles. I feel like this machine really is pretty robust. I feel like it's going to be good. I feel like it should last very well. They've really updated a lot of things. As always, I've taken all the covers off and inspected everything on this machine, and the robust parts, the most important parts of the machine, are relatively either the exact same or really similar to the prior parts on the prior 1, 2, and 3 series. And we know those are all tried and tested and true. Having the machine being able to count the stitches that you're using, hopefully that will come up and bring up, it's time to bring your machine in for service. That really helps a lot of people so that they don't just use it and use it and use it until it breaks and then bring it in and other things are worn out. So overall, I really like this machine. I'm hopeful, I'm very optimistic. I will do a video coming up in the future. We do have a 325 and a 335, kind of the same differences as before. Your 335 is going to have your knee lift. It's going to come with your nicer buttonhole foot. It's going to have some more stitches. But both machines, I really like them. I like the mechanics of the machine underneath. It was a good refresh. And yeah, I'm going to give it a 2 thumbs up on the new Bernina 335 Generation 2. And thank you so much for watching. Please like or subscribe, and I hope you have a great day.